Welcome to another edition of the Columbia College Cougars Coaches Show here, Mediacom Channel 22, also on ColumbiaCougars.com. My name is Nick Schudel. Cosmo, we're with Zimmer Radio Group in Columbia, Y107 and ESPN KTGR, the coach of the cross-country teams in year 2 of the program, men's and women's cross-country. Tim Cornell. Coach, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, appreciate you stopping by again here in a busy time for you guys. Of course, really, cross-country kind of spans the whole season, if you will. Explain a little bit first to some of the folks watching when, I know you got a pre-championship meet and then the championships. When is your actual competitive, as far as conference championships, when is that portion of the year?
Sure. Our big conference and national championships are in November for cross country. So we start competing in late August. We get the kids on campus early August. And then we go basically from that date until the end of November, and that's the National Cross Country Championships in Lawrence, Kansas this year, November 23rd.
As mentioned, the second year of the program, let's compare year 2 to year 1. Obviously, a completely different learning curve for you. But what were some of the differences in coming into this second year?
Just a year of maturity. Most of the athletes are the same. We've added a few talented kids, both on the men's and women's side, who have helped out. But that added depth, and then having a women's team that is competitive this year is certainly a big step for us. And the maturity that we see in the kids is a huge step. There's a huge difference between a high school runner and a college runner. We're really seeing the training and the mindset change and evolve, and they're taking the training a little more seriously than they used to. It's not a knock on them. They didn't know what college training looks like. They know what college training looks like now, and they're embracing that concept and running with it.
Especially running with it.
Yeah,
see what you did. See, he's even got jokes too. That's great. Now compare last summer to this summer, where it seemed more like fall. Mm-hmm. That's obviously a big portion of your training, trying to kind of materialize with that outside training.
Sure.
A lot of earlier runs, obviously when it's 110.
Yep.
This summer might have changed that a little bit, I would imagine.
Just a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's still hot, and we're trying to deal with that. We've been going at 6 o'clock most mornings, so if you're out driving around town early in the morning, you probably see us out there hitting the roads, and it's part of the battle. You adjust as need be. We're running out of light, but looks like we're getting a little bit of a cool down coming this weekend, so we should be able to shift afternoons and deal with the heat appropriately.
Talk a little bit about, and let's flash back a little bit again to the first year program, finishing with a conference championship. Sure. Obviously something that was probably somewhat on that goal list, but to succeed and come through with that prize is a big reward for the teams.
Absolutely. We knew we had a good team coming into the year. We knew we had 7 talented freshmen, but rarely does it come together like those guys did. It was kudos to them. They did a tremendous job coming together and forming as a group and performing at the very end, and being able to get over the lack of experience, the lack of knowing what college running looked like, and come together as a team and achieve that championship and achieve their goal. It was one of the most exciting ways to be introduced to college coaching for me. I was thrilled for them. They did an amazing job, and we're looking to build on that in year 2. And
yeah, all of a sudden the bar immediately was boom,
sure.
Cemented right there, which is what it is all about here at Columbia College.
It's Columbia College, and the bar was there.
Yeah.
It was just we got to the bar a little sooner than maybe we thought we were going to.
Yeah, which again just adds the pressure, but in a good way, the pressure to keep and kind of give them a little more to focus with, and use that as a motivating factor, as you mentioned, coming into this year. And the ladies, another extra, as we talk about with these new programs with the soccer, women's soccer program, and then the golf teams, and then your cross-country teams, each one of these milestones becomes that first benchmark for the next wave of Cougar runners, in your case for the cross-country team. And now the women have added their own little mark with their first ever top 25 ranking at 21, and now that's inched up a couple spots at number 19. Congrats on that. Talk about what that means for the ladies.
It was huge. We thought we were a top 25 ranked team coming into the year, but a lot of the ranking is not only what you do this year, but what you've done in the past, who you're bringing into the season, and how they've established themselves within the NAI. It's a very competitive conference, and the weight of a team and their historical data carries a lot of weight with it, and we don't have that weight. We just have what we've done last year, which was not a whole lot on the women's side, and we think we're a very good team this year. So we're trying to build that historical acumen that the other teams have, and show that we can compete at a very high level.
Let's talk about a couple of those performers, including one that just got a big honor with a runner of the week in the conference and nationally.
Yes, huge. Tremendous honor for Lindsay and for Columbia College to come in year 2 and be the best runner in the nation during a single week. I know she was excited about it. She had a tremendous race. I was a little worried. She went out, she got out hard, and she distanced herself from the pack before the first mile. And usually as a coach, we want them to be patient, especially during the longer races, during a cross-country race where it's all about strength and being the first to the finish line and not necessarily the first one at the mile mark. But all she did was put more and more distance in between runners 2, 3, and 4 as she went along. So by mile 2, we pretty much knew she had it locked up, and it was just a matter of how fast she was going to go. And that time is really what got her the National Runner of the Week, being able to put a time up there that is recognized throughout the nation as, hey, this girl can run.
And 2 big wins in a row
Yes.
at Central Missouri, and I forgot what the first one was, but that's also 2 big, obviously, events that obviously was part of the rocket ship, if you will, into that top 25.
Sure, absolutely. Baker out of Kansas was at both of those meets. I think they're a top 25 team on the women's side, and we handled them fairly easily. I thought we ran tremendous at both races. Our girls have done an amazing job. They're having a lot of fun with it, and that's the first key. It's much more fun. They're good this year. I think they're really enjoying that. We've got some talented freshmen who are really helping out, and Riley Fader and Maggie Noble and Jordan Kendall are all making that team a whole lot better. So 2 big wins, 2 meets that had Division II opponents who had very good NAI opponents, and anytime you can bring home a trophy, it's a lot of fun.
Most definitely, and you can tell by some of the pictures on the website on ColumbiaCougars.com. If you click on over to a couple of the pictures on the website, I think there's one with Lindsay, and the smile is bigger than the trophy itself, which was a very deserved smile and a very deserved trophy as well. We'll come back, talk more cross country with Coach Tim Cornell about both the squads and what lies ahead, and also a little education again, a little refresher on exactly what you would expect if you are at a cross country meet. Coming up more with Coach after this on MediaCom Channel 22.